Hey guys, it's Brian. Before you go ahead and do anything else, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and turn on those notifications if you want to see more content like this in the future. Anyways, on to the video. Hey guys, it's Brian. Go back to another Yugioh video, and so today we have a very interesting video. We have our Invoked Dogmatika Eldlich deck profile for the July 2021 format. So if you guys just wanted the deck profile, it's up on screen now. However, if you want to go ahead and hear a deck breakdown of my card choices, feel free to stick throughout the video. Really does help out the channel a lot, and also be doing some test hands at the end. And just so you guys are aware, I noticed on the last video, 87% of you guys aren't subscribed. Please subscribe to the channel. It really does help out the channel a lot. And if you haven't seen it, I'll leave it linked into the eye above. So for our deck profile, we're going, of course, with the main normal summon of the deck, 3 Alistair the Invoker. Self-explanatory, best normal summon in the deck. Next, for our Dogmatika monsters, we're going to be going with 1 Ecclesia, 1 Fleur-de-Lis, and 1 Maximus. And the reason why I chose these 3 is because Ecclesia and Fleur-de-Lis are very good cards as far as Ecclesia searching out your punishment, or the Fleur-de-Lis if you already have either or in your hand. And Ecclesia can be summoned off the Ash Dragon that's in the extra deck if it's sent to the graveyard, allowing you to search for Fleur-de-Lis in the end phase. So that's why it's in here. But we also have the 1 Maximus. Maximus is great because it allows you to go ahead and get into your other plays like the Yugioh combo, that goes with the Dogmatikas, but as well, both Fleur-de-Lis and Maximus are great targets for Magician Souls. And speaking of, we have our 2 Golden Lord, self-explanatory, or the Eldlich cards, and 3 Magician Souls, for the simple fact that we want to go ahead and get through as many cards as possible. It's a free special summon, and not only being a free special summon, but it also allows you to go ahead and draw cards, which is an added bonus. And since we're playing the Dragoon package, you can revive our Dark Magician, and so we have our Dark Magician and our Red Eyes for the Dragoon package, so that's just going to run up our monsters. And since the deck has so many starters, we have 3 Curse Land, gets any of our Eldlich cards as far as the Huaquero or the Conquistador or even the Golden Lord. 2 Invocation to go with the 3 Alistair, same with the 3 Meltdown. Next, of course, 3 Nadir Servant and to go with our Dogmatika cards. Great extender for the deck. 1 1-for-1 to get our Magician Souls on the board. The 1 Red Eyes Fusion for our Dragoon package. 1 Terraforming to go ahead and search out the Magical Meltdown. And the 1 Upstart is in here because I didn't have anything else to fill it out with, and I was not going to put just 1 Prosperity. So if it was up to me, if I could put 2 in the deck while still having it at 40, I would. But because it's only 1, I'm just going to stick with the 1 Upstart. Next we have 2 Conquistador, 1 Punishment, and 3 Sanguine, 2 Huaquero. And the reason for these trap cards, for this trap card lineup, is for the following: 2 and 2 to go with the Golden Lord pairing, 3 Sanguine to get it on board because you can just go ahead and dump one of these 2 to go ahead and get the Sanguine. Punishment goes with the Ecclesia and the Dogmatika package. So like I did mention before, it's a secondary search if you want to go ahead and if you already have the Fleur-de-Lis in hand. The 1 Schism for the Yugioh combo that's in our extra deck. And 3 Solemn Strike because Strike is one of the best counter traps in the game right now. So it's best to have some form of effect negation since we're setting up and we are not going to have any hand traps. So it's a great way of responding on your opponent's turn when they already are set up. By just going ahead and passing, letting them activate their effects, you can go ahead and Solemn Strike, negate their summons, negate their effects, to go ahead and just keep your board as much control as possible. And for our extra deck, we have 1 Apgalone, 1 Construct, 1 Window, self-explanatory. When you're running the package, to go ahead and use Schism in your deck. Entis to go with the Punishment and the Nadir Servant. For our Invokes, we have Aguitas, is Mechaba and Purgatrio, just to go ahead and help push for game and control the game. One Predaplant Chimera Felicia. This is strictly in here as a follow-up if we are going to Dragoon the following for us to go into Dragoon the following turn. And that way, if you don't have a way of getting to your Dragoon setup the first turn, you at least have that as a backup to go ahead and push for as much damage and control as possible. And the one Ash Dragon in as another target for Nadir, or to go ahead and get at your Ecclesia on board at the end phase so you can have another negate on your opponent's turn. For our links, we have the access code because we're also running Selene. And we also have the one Artemis to go ahead and have our extra deck monster as our light target, since not only Alistair can link into this, but we also have the Magician Souls that can link into this. Cross Sheep, because of the fact that we do have the Selene package, we can just go ahead and fuse Ooze with the Invokes, and fusion summoning to go ahead and bring back a monster to link it to Selene to go into access code. And the Verte and Selene to round it out for Dragoon and any other plays we have available. So that's the deck profile. Let's go ahead and get into some test hands. Alright guys, let's go ahead and hop into a few test hands here. So let's just go ahead and go into solo mode real quick. So this is a pretty decent hand in my opinion. We can just go ahead and do it the following way. Go ahead and activate Meltdown, get the Alistair. Normal summon out the Alistair, use the effect to go ahead and get Invocation. Link it away to the Artemis. Use Invocation to go ahead and get the Golden Lord out of our hand. And banish the Alistair to make the Mechaba. Use the Invocation effect to go ahead and get back the Alistair. Set one of the Huaquero. Use the effect of Golden Lord to get rid of it. Bring it back to the field. From there, we just go ahead and link these two away for the... Sorry, that's... Got a little ahead of myself there. Go for the Verite Anaconda. After that, you're going to go ahead and get rid of the Red Eyes Fusion. Sending both materials. To get Dragoon on board. Just set the Huaquero and an end phase. You would send the Huaquero. You would bash the Huaquero to go ahead and get the Sanguine. Then we can go ahead and keep these two in hand for the follow-up. Let's go ahead and go into another test hand here for you guys. So this is a lot more powerful. So I started trying to bait out as much as I can. I go with the Alistair first. If they don't negate, even better. They try to draw me, that's fine at this point, because I have all I need. But I can push it if they don't do anything. So I go ahead and search out the Invocation. After that, go ahead and special summon out Magician Souls. And with the Magician Souls, we're going to send the Maximus because it's the one that we really don't need right away. After we can link away into the Artemis. Link away into Verite. Activate Invocation to go ahead and make Mechaba. If you're afraid of Nibiru, you can banish the Maximus. It's just simply an option. But if we're not afraid of Nibiru, we just go ahead and banish the Artemis. Use the effective invocation, go ahead and get the Alistair back to hand. Go ahead and make Dragoon. And keep in mind, this is me without using the Magician Souls effect to draw. And the reason why I didn't draw in this case is because I didn't want to go ahead. Since I already have everything that I really need in my hand, I can just go ahead and hold on, and I cannot risk drawing the Red Ice Fusion. So let's go ahead and get the Red Ice Engrave. Make Dragoon, and then we can just set 3 pass. And the reason why there's only 1 hand instead of 2 in this case is because of the fact I want to see if I can banish something from the graveyard at the very least. I have a way of interruption, and I have a Solemn Strike, so I'm not really worried about monster effects. I will keep the Dark Dragoon as active as I can for any monster effects unless I find the Mechaba is more suited for it. So here's another a good example of this. So we're going to go ahead and simply use the Alistair first to go ahead and get the invocation. Go ahead and use 1 for 1, getting rid of the Golden Lord. Use it to get Magician Souls. Linking away to Artemis, and we're not going to use the Magician Souls effect because we don't really want to get rid of everything. We're actually going to go ahead and do the following. We're going to go ahead and set the elixir, use the Golden Lord effect to go ahead and summon it out. Link away into the Verite. Summon out the Mechaba. And this is with no fear of you getting interrupted. Let's misclick there. Get the Mechaba. Use the effect of invocation to go ahead and get the Alistair back in hand. Go ahead and make Dragoon. And from here we're going to go ahead and activate Nadir, pitching away Abgalone, to go ahead and add Maximus in this case, affect Abgalone, going to go ahead and get the Schism, pitch the Maximus, set the Schism, and end phase you're going to have a banish of Sanguine to go ahead and get the Conquistador to pop something on board. So again, this is just playing without any fear of interruptions. So you have two ways of disruption, and with the monsters, two traps for any additional interruptions, making a window, or just popping a card on board anyway. So you have multiple ways of interrupting your opponent. Let's go ahead and do one more. Okay, so this isn't the greatest, but it's manageable. You have, this is pretty much, I wouldn't even have to go through it. I can tell you this is going to end up with a Mechaba, a Sanguine, and a Solemn Strike if everything goes well. Now, this is a hand that we could see it would do a lot. So let's go ahead and go for Meltdown. So even if they go ahead and Ash the Invocation after you normal summon the Alistair, you're still fine. But let's go ahead and just play as if we weren't worried for any hand traps. So here I would go with 1-for-1, pushing away the Golden Lord. Magician Souls, of course. Using Magician Souls to go ahead and get rid of one of the Invocation to draw. Got across Allen, which is pretty good. So here we're going to go ahead and go with the previous play. We're going to go ahead and link it to Artemis. Link into Verite. Going to activate the Invocation, and not only are we going to use this to go ahead and get our Mechaba on board, this is also going to help us by establishing something else. So we're going to go ahead and get Mechaba on board. Activate Cursed Outland. Pay 800. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to add Conquistador. Use the effect of Golden Lord. And we can decide to keep it in hand or not, but in this case, since we have the Conquistador, we're going to go ahead and summon it. Summon out the Dragoon after we use the Outland effect. So I'm just doing this I'm explaining it, but I'm just skipping a little bit of steps here. So I would recommend just listening to the instructions. So we're going to go ahead and send the Huaquero here from this, and we're going to go ahead and get the Dragoon on board. So we have the Conquistador here, or that we can set. And at the end phase, we're going to go ahead and banish this, so we can go ahead and get our Sanguine. So all in all, we have 3 ways of potential disruption at all times. So it's just ways of showing how you can go ahead and make this as best of board as you can. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys leave a like and subscribe, and hope to see you guys in the next video. See ya!